Hello.
Hi.
How you do?
Good. How are you?
Great.
Oh,
It'd be greater if the NHL would knock it off.
greatest. Yeah, for real. Give me some breathing room, please.
Give me
A
five
little,
seconds.
a little bit.
Like, stop making
What's in there? What
decisions,
the
period,
water?
actually.
Yeah, I know.
It's fine. It's great.
Genuinely.
Yeah. What's going on with Luke and the
Is
Devils?
Tulane retiring soon?
What book is that?
Did you see the new Kraken jersey?
Three-peat?
Was that the goal of the year?
16 million?
Who's gonna win the Norris
The Isles are
Trophy?
having fun again?
Did you read the new Elsie Silver novel?
Will the Sabres ever make the
Did anyone
playoffs?
beat Ovi's
Give
record?
me a new book rec.
Who got traded?
Will Matthews bounce
Can
back?
Tampa get back on top?
This is Read Between the Blue Lines,
A hockey podcast.
where our brains are filled with endless stat lines
Rosters.
and a list of books to read,
Tune in every Monday for a deep dive in the game we love.
and the books we can't shut up about. So, welcome back to Read Between the Blue Lines. Specifically, today is a Hat Trick University episode.
Whoop, whoop.
We are going to be going over NHL, specifically free agency, because
Yay.
there are obviously different
Yeah, it
rules for
varies.
different leagues. So,
So
NHL
I don't know the
specific.
date anything else would happen, which sounds really bad.
Well, like P-Dub was like earlier.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, the AHL kind of goes hand in hand with the NHL because, like,
Yeah,
a lot of those players are, like, on the same contract. So it's,
yeah.
you know, I never really
We're
thought
just
of that being a different
clarifying
thing. But yes,
in
in
case.
case you were getting, yeah, we're not just all free agents everywhere.
No.
This is just the NHL. So
So, we're gonna do
be here
like a
forever.
pretty basic breakdown, like what it is, the types of free agents, how
Stuff you need
they
to know.
interact, kind of talk about like the cap a little bit, and then kind of highlighting some of the like
I don't think
primary,
I even put, good thing I didn't put a list in there because the list would have been wrong by now.
well,
I do
like,
have to do a list, but the list that will be posted will be not wrong.
but like
But
as of us discussing it, we might chit chat about like some of like the most notable people
yeah,
who are on like
they're available.
expiring contracts, whatever. So
There's
yeah.
quite a few.
All right. Brianna, a
I was
resident
like, I
statistician
remember
and
the last time we
researcher.
did one of these.
Take it
Um,
away.
actually, like need you. So that's why I purposely left this blank on the doc because
Okay.
I like don't know how to overarchingly explain what free agency is without being like, if you don't have a contract, you can go wherever you want. Like you can just move. But I don't know how to like word it to be like, you know what I mean? Like when I'm thinking about it, I'm like, wait, how do I tell somebody like if you've never watched hockey before, how do I explain what free agency is?
Yeah.
The
Okay.
way like
So I'm looking at Wikipedia just because
did you
that's
Google the definition of free agency?
I'm just because I don't always word things well,
No, that's why I'm saying I'm like I like could not figure out
and
like how
I
do I explain it?
am never using an AI overview, so I'm pulling from Wikipedia.
Disgusting. Remember when Wikipedia used to be like you didn't learn
The
anything?
first results, I or
Remember?
that,
No,
yeah.
no, I like when we were and I was like in school that like Wikipedia is
Oh,
not a source.
yeah, no.
You can't use that. Now Wikipedia is like legit. Anyway,
Annoying.
different tangent for another day.
Um, a free agent is a player who is eligible to sign with other franchises and not under contract to any specific team.
That's actually
Um,
very good.
It is also used in reference to a player who is under contract but who is allowed to solicit offers from other teams. So
Yeah, I think that sums it
that's,
up.
I think, like the most basic version of
Yeah,
the
like
definition.
in my head, I'm just thinking like literally in the most basic sense, players that don't literally have a contract can just be signed and go to other teams if they want to, depending on how things pan out. But that's why it says free agent because like
Yeah.
you are not connected to anybody at the certain moment, so you can just be like, I don't want to stay here anymore, or I do want to stay here, and you whatever. But basically,
Also,
it's one of the biggest like
movers.
movers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, like this is a specific time when you will see players move, like the trade deadline, because of the nature of it. Like it's
Yeah.
designed to have players move. That makes sense.
Um, Also, I correct me if I'm wrong,
Yes.
but in the NHL specifically, sorry, I'm like choking.
It's okay. Choking and she didn't say it. There was no noise.
It's fine.
On air.
Um, Players who are undrafted but are like out of college or technically
The
free
rights.
agents
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's
because
different.
like undrafted players.
Yeah, like you don't have again, I just would say you're not connected to anybody.
Yeah, but it's like
So
it
you're
can
just
be,
like imagine you're just like floating around and you're like,
yeah.
what team do I want to belong to? That's this. Yeah, and that does include like we're going to talk specifically about players who are already in the NHL, or at least in the system, whatever it might be. But
Yeah.
yeah, the undrafted players that come out of college, usually they sign, I feel like, during the season because they usually end up making a jump. But this is still an
Yeah.
option for them to sign the NHL contract. But
And free
that's that
agency opens on July 1st.
every year, except for 2020. Was it 2022? There was one year it was so late. It was like the middle of July and it messed me up so bad.
I think I blocked that out.
Oh my God, really? Hold on. I think it was 2022 because it was like it was such a random day. It wasn't. Yeah, watch this start. Yeah, free agency started on July 13th, 2022. I don't know why,
Yeah, I blocked that out of my
but it
memory.
was. Oh, it was because the season started late because there's still like a not a
COVID.
full COVID season, but it started late and then the
Yeah.
cup was late and then they were like, we can't do free agency. That's too late. So yeah. Anyway, minus that, it will always be July 1st,
Yeah.
midnight. And then the period will go. You'll see most of the free agents probably sign on that first day because that's like when it opens.
Yeah.
But like the trade deadline, there's like it pretty much goes through the whole summer. So you'll get the bigger names will be sold or settled in the first couple of days, if not the first day. But you'll still get stuff throughout the summer where it's like, hey, this guy's still out there, and they can sign before like training camp. Because it's like the summer period, but it just starts on July 1st, which is usually the craziest day of it all. Does that sum it up
Yeah.
enough? I think. Okay.
Just side note, Hellebuck and Bobrovsky as a tandem would be terrifying.
Yeah, I feel
I hate Florida actually.
they don't have any goalies right now.
I know.
They got zero. There's actually several. I also found out today when I was doing stuff on the Penguins. The Penguins also have no goalies. They have a lot of money, unlike Florida, but they have no goalies. I was like, oh,
They
okay,
have a
that's
lot of
great. They
money.
have so much money. It's actually insane. They're like, I had to build a board and like, you guys are gonna be like, why is she nerding out? I had to build a board and like all the notable contracts. Nobody there is signed for the next like 3 years, and nobody makes over like. There's one player who makes over $10 million, and I was like, this is why they have like so much money. Like they're just hoarding it. Like what are they doing? Anyway, they have no goalies. I
There's a
found out.
pyramid scheme going on.
No, they're just like hoarding it all away. They're like, it's fine, it's fine.
Yeah. They're
Okay.
like, maybe the
Anyway,
league won't notice.
yeah, we're just gonna start severely under the cap. Nobody's gonna care. We're gonna have no goalies. Anyway,
All right. So
back to where we are. So
yeah,
yes,
rerun.
free
What?
agency
Resume.
starts in July.
Can't
Rerun.
do
Repeat.
it.
Um,
System
always
processing.
starts July 1st, and it depending on the year and depending on who is up, you may see and probably will see more movement among players already in the league than you will in the trade deadline because trade deadline is literally like they're moving players to make a playoff run or win the cup is the ultimate at that point.
Hmm.
Free agency is building towards the next season, so it's a
Yeah.
little bit of a different mindset about what you need and what you're gonna willing to give up at the time and whatever what the market looks like. But it's one of the biggest moving days of the year, and I like to say like nobody's safe because honestly, I don't think anybody is usually, which is stressful. If this is your first time, welcome. It's not fun.
I will
Sadly.
say also like with free agency versus like trade deadline, obviously the concept of free agency, like the players
There's more
have
choice.
more choice in the
Yeah,
matter, whereas
yeah.
with the trade deadline, like yeah, there are no move clauses and stuff, but
It's very,
largely
yeah.
the players won't have as much of a say. And like
Also,
you can find people like you get like calls like you're in the middle of doing something, you get a call and it's like, hey, you're
you're
going
done.
somewhere else.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And I also think like it happened a lot last year too. The free like just because free agency opens on July 1st doesn't mean teams can't, which I don't, they're really not supposed to, but they do anyway. Talk to players ahead of time
Yeah.
to be like, hey, we're willing to offer you this. And then if another team's offering that said player another thing, like they have a little bit more time to ruminate on said decision instead of being like, I have to make this decision now. And yeah, trade deadline's like, we did this, you're going, you don't have any say in it. That's that. Um, but yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, please hold. I'm on the wrong tab again. um, so I feel like this is like across the board, but I wouldn't really know. In the NHL specifically, there are two different type of free agents. So the I'm going to tell you the thing, and then I'm going to tell you how they're abbreviated because we're going to say the abbreviation. I am not saying the whole thing every single time because I would trip myself up. The first one is a unrestricted free agent, as we're going to refer to it, and as most people refer to it, is a UFA. And that pretty much means if you're a player who doesn't have a current contract and you're a UFA, you can sign with any team that includes your own team. You could sign, like, re-sign with your own team or choose to go somewhere else. So there is eligibility for these because it can't be that easy. So to be a UFA, you have to have either played like a total of 7 NHL seasons or be 27 years or older. So usually, like, we'll get to the next one, but like if you're a rookie coming off your 3-year entry level deal, you are not considered a UFA because you were number one, probably not over 27, and you have not played more than 7 seasons in the NHL. However, if you're like a veteran, and this is like, I don't know, if you've been on one team or if you've been traded or whatever, um, if you don't choose to re-sign with your current team, you have the option to kind of let other teams like court you, and you get to kind of choose like, I don't want to resign here, I'm done. If you feel you deserve to get paid more money, and a team is willing to offer that to you, that's kind of where they have more free reign to make a decision about where they're going because they are unrestricted.
Yeah.
So
When we say accrued NHL seasons,
yes, that was the official definition. That was not what I made up.
no, I know. I know for when you are in the entry draft and you are doing your like entry level contract,
Yeah.
if you play 10 games, you burn a year.
Yes.
So is that considered a season for UFA eligibility is
That's
10
a
games?
good question. I don't think so. Because usually, like, most of the time it's considered like half a season. You know what I mean? Like, if you played like
Yeah.
half a season, but I love when they give me definitions and they didn't actually be like, because I always consider it 7 full seasons, and
Well,
then,
yeah, but
or you're 27 or older, because like at that point.
no, I understand that, but like even if you like what is
Yeah, the
7
ELC
seasons? Because
thing,
most people don't play 82 games.
no. But that's what I'm saying. I think as long as you play like 41, because it's half, that's pretty much I feel like what's considered a whole season because it's like the rookie qualification. What is it cut off at 25 games a season before?
I
Something
think
like
so.
that. I think it's 25 games. Um, but anyway, yes. Usually the UFA, the easiest way to describe it is the veteran players. I'm trying to think of anybody that comes to mind that like would be
Anders
that, but
Lee,
yeah, I don't want to say old people, like not the old players, but
old people.
like once you hit 27, you're kind of considered old in hockey, which is horrifying because I'm almost 27 and I hate that.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, they just have more free reign to literally choose the team that they're going to, um, opposed to when Ken finds his answer, she does to the next little
I'm not
section.
seeing
I
it.
know I can't. That's what I'm saying. Like that was like the official definition I found, and they didn't explain what accrued seasons means. But
It was one of those things because
I would go
it's like
by
technically different for like Calder versus your
yes,
entry
because that's what I'm
level.
saying. Like the rookie cutoff. Like if you played more than 25 games a season before, you're considered not considered a
A
rookie.
rookie.
If
Yeah.
you played 25 or less, you are a rookie the following season, even though you played like a fourth of the season before. I don't know who makes these rules. It's not me,
Well, that's why
unfortunately.
who was the goalie?
It was Shelops,
Yeah.
who's still considered a rookie because he's only
Yeah.
played like 20 something games
Meanwhile,
across
he's
two
in
seasons.
like his fourth season.
Yeah, because he was a backup goalie, and that doesn't, yeah, it's confusing.
I
Anyway,
feel like the rules should be different for goaltenders
yeah,
because,
because they play less games in general,
yeah, especially for like a
usually.
rookie goaltender.
Yeah, like you're not starting more than half the games a year.
Yeah.
Good
So
question.
let's say
Also,
it's about
probably why we
half.
don't ever see a goalie win the Calder because they never play enough to win it.
Yeah. I will say that like I think Wolf was pretty close though, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
that is true. Okay.
Anyways, so an RFA.
Yeah, so that's UFA. RFA is the other one. That stands for restricted free agent. This is super complicated, so I'm not going to overcomplicate it because I also didn't put in the qualifying offer eligibility stuff because it gets weedy in there.
Yeah.
um, Basically, if you're an RFA, same thing, players had a current contract, but if you're under the RFA qualifications, that means like the current team that you were just signed to owns your rights. So the way it works is that I'm going to use Connor Bedard as an example because he is currently an RFA.
Awesome.
Um, Again, this usually happens as players come off their entry level deal. They get 3 years on those entry level deals. Usually, you hope to sign an extension before that deal is up to like stay where you are. Um, but if you don't, you become an RFA. The team that again you were just with owns your rights, so they get the first offer to be like, "This is what we're putting on the table for you. This is how much we're willing to resign you for. Whatever." If usually, and this is how it usually goes, that player typically accepts that offer and stays there because it ends up being a, I don't want to say lucrative contract, but I can't think of the last person that was like of Bedard status that was like, I'm out of here, bye. After 3 years, I wouldn't judge him if he decided to do that,
Yeah, I
but
was
I'm
gonna
just saying.
say, would you blame him?
I'm just saying that is it. Um, so if Chicago gives him this offer and he's like, cool, I'll stay, that's it. But the team he's with or that player's with gets like first dibs, essentially. However, if that player does not accept the qualifying offer that the team they were with um, put forward, other teams in the league can make offers, which is what we call a offer sheet.
Don't they have to do salary arbitration first?
Yeah, but that's like a whole other thing where it's like I think only certain there's a level to who's eligible for that too.
Oh, sorry. If the player has been owned by the team for 4+ years, the player can request salary arbitration by July 5th, which is
Yeah,
where like a third party comes in and decides like the player's value. They make an offer, and then the team has
it's a
48 hours to
debate.
decide.
Yeah. So basically, I'm not even gonna get into like the weeds of it, but the RFA is just again definition of you're under 27, you've played fewer than 7 NHL seasons, and you have less freedom to choose what team you sign with because the team that you just played for owns your rights and kind of gets to say like if they don't want to keep you, I'm gonna use sorry Devils fans. I don't know if I haven't got a pulse on this, so I don't really know how the reaction's been. Um, but Nemec was just okay. So Nemec was an RFA.
I've heard such mixed reactions.
I was
It's
gonna say
not even
I don't got
funny.
pulses on it, but anyway, he was an RFA. So again, he either had to resign with the Devils, or what ended up happening was the Devils just didn't want him or need him, and they decided to trade him. And so now his rights are with Calgary because he got traded to Calgary. So Calgary has to resign him because he ended up there. So really, the only way out of it is like is is being traded. But again, you have like no say in that because it's kind of the team deciding that's that, and you go wherever. Um, yeah. So I think it's less common to see the RFAs move as often, but it does happen. It's just a lot more of a complicated process because they can't just be like, I want to go there. They have to go through whatever process it might be. Um, it's just a little more, it's a little funky, but
Yeah.
That's it. The younger players are usually always RFAs when
Yeah.
you look at it, and then after like after they like go through an RFA once, that's pretty much it. You become a UFA after that because by the time you hit that and you sign your next contract, by the time you like age out of that contract again, you're over the age of 27.
Yeah.
So it's unlikely you're an RFA twice.
I will
So
say, there's also like ways that RFAs become UFAs if it takes too
yes,
long. Like if
there's
you're
a
an
timer.
RFA and you go through arbitration and whatever and you don't come to an agreement and like you still can't come to an agreement by December 1st, you become
Yeah.
if you become a UFA or no, you're no longer eligible for the NHL season and then you become a UFA as of
It's
July
that's what I'm saying. It's
1st.
so complicated.
But like I don't know, to me at least, I'm like I don't know that as a team I would really want a player who
No.
was then ineligible for a season because it's like, well then why did no
And again, I can't
like
think of the
you
last
have to
time that
have
happened.
no, because you have to
Like,
have such a fucking ego to
yeah,
not sign any kind of offer to become ineligible for a season. So I'm like, as like a coach, I
if you're
wouldn't
a
want you on
GM,
my
yeah, you don't
team.
want to be it.
And then
Yeah.
also like I wouldn't want you on a team because you seem to be like like an egotistical hothead, but on the other hand, like you just missed a season. I don't care
Yeah,
how good you are, you're
that's
an
true.
asshole.
Yeah,
Like, or
that
you're
is
not
true.
that good and you think that you're hot shit, which is also a problem.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
So,
But
but
it
this
gets a
was,
little, it's just trickier with them signing and moving.
yeah,
But I feel like more likely than not, the RFAs end up just staying, even if it's a bridge deal,
yeah,
which is also pretty common. They'll just sign like a 2 or 3 year to get to being a UFA, so they have more options when they get there.
yeah.
Um, but
I
yeah.
will also say like this was a problem, and I say problem because some people just don't know how to like listen. Like
Where are you going with this?
last season with Luke Hughes, when everyone was
Okay,
like,
that's
"Oh
what I
my
thought.
God, he needs to be offer sheeted," and it was like he can't be offer sheeted.
That's also a rule, depending on your contract, like the contract you get as a rookie.
Yeah,
Only certain players can be offer sheeted. I actually don't think Bedard can't pause.
but like
And now I'm interested.
they're just
I
like there's
haven't
just
considered that.
yeah. I was like, what? I'm like, wait, do we have to like say the 17 million times this summer too
No.
that Bedard can't be offer
Yeah, like
sheeted?
sorry, he can't be offer sheeted. Because I've already seen articles about it, and I'm like, okay, guys. Oh, he is offer sheet eligible. Whoa.
Oh,
Okay, that's
oh, that's
crazy.
gonna add a different
Wait,
layer
hold
of shit for
on.
summer, I fear.
Who signed this man's contract? Why is that in there? Oh my God.
I don't
Okay,
know.
so yeah, so like, wow, that's I just discovered that. I don't know why I hadn't even looked that up before, but I'm like, huh.
Because he shouldn't be
Anyway,
offer sheet
no, you would
eligible.
think not. That is wild. Okay. Anyway, yeah. So
A bad decision.
again, that is also a player by player situation. Not everybody can be offer sheeted as an RFA. So please remember that. And like
Yeah.
look it up. It's so easy to look up before you start going on the internet and saying people should be offer sheeted because not everybody can.
Just like
But if you feel like
shoot us a
Connor Bedard should be
DM.
offer sheeted, you could do it.
Shoot us a DM and let us know and we'll let you know.
I'll send you the link with the proof of it.
But also like once you're informed that someone can't be offer
Stop.
sheeted, stop yelling about it.
Because there's no way you can like if somebody's not eligible for it, there's no way around it. Like you
Yeah.
cannot do it.
We're not circumventing
So
it.
it's not an option. Yeah. That's really funny. I forgot. I forgot that was a thing.
That's crazy.
But yes,
I did not
that's
forget that was a
me
thing.
either. But what a time. So
Crazy.
now I'm gonna have to go through and be like, what RFA cannot be offer sheeted that people are gonna be like, do it.
Yeah.
But fun times. Okay. That's I think
Yay.
so when you hear people refer to free agents or like people coming up on the end of their contract, UFAs, unrestricted free agent, they have more time or more freedom to choose where they want to go. RFA is usually a younger player who is very limited in what they can and cannot choose to do if they want to leave. That's that. I think
Lovely.
yeah.
Good summary.
Yeah. I hope. I feel when I'm like thinking about it and I'm like, I don't remember how it was explained to me or if I just like osmosis the
I
information
don't
in my
think it was
brain.
ever explained to me.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So I just was like, yeah, I understand that, but I don't know how I understood it. Like when I first had to understand it, you know what I mean? So I'm like, I have no clue. I
We're
don't know how to
still
explain this to
here
people.
if anyone has questions.
Yeah, honestly,
Like
some of it gets tricky.
we'll still answer.
Um,
It's not like we're posting this episode and going, you have to go listen to the episode. We're not answering questions. Like we'll still we'll still give you guidance if you
please.
need it.
Yeah,
Like the whole point of this
that's
is
why
to
we're here.
teach so everyone learns, blah blah blah.
Education.
So moving on, then obviously it would be lovely for teams to, you know,
This isn't baseball.
sign McDavid and Crosby
Have the
and
Olympic teams in order.
Bedard, Celebrini, just have everyone on one team. That'd be lovely. And that's why a cap exists.
I was gonna say that's why this isn't baseball. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Um,
And there should be a cap in baseball. Thank you
so
very much.
yes.
Baseball
So
actually just
again,
changed their
I know their
minimum.
stuff that they're proposing is crazy.
Well, yeah, they just met with the Players Association and they proposed a $1 million minimum for like players who've
Do
been
you
in the
know
league
how
for like
crazy that sounds?
yeah.
Like, okay.
Well, to be fair, the NHL's is 850,000.
No, now it's 1 million. I think this year the league minimum will be 1 million, yeah.
Oh.
Last year, yeah, I think it's this year.
I'm staying for another
I
year.
think. I know it went up. Like
There's
everything
too
else.
many changes happening.
I know that's what was minimum salary. Watch this. La 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 la. Okay, sorry. It is not this year. By 29-30, it'll be 1 million.
Okay.
Next season it'll be 850. Why did I think it was this year? I just think everything's happening like right now. JK.
Oh, so it was 750 and now it's going
Yeah,
up to
so
850. Okay.
upcoming season will be 850, the season after that
So
900, then 950, then 1 million. So, okay.
I'm like never right when it comes to hockey things. So I was like, wait, I'm
Anyway,
correct.
I was like, I know, I was like, again, I feel like I read it and they probably phrase it like it'll be 1 million, and I'm like, okay, so next year,
Yeah.
not. So yes, cap space is, in the simplest of terms, the amount of money a team has to spend every season, and they have to spend like that is the only amount of money they have to spend on the entire roster all year. They don't get extra throughout. That's it. So I don't know how to explain. So like,
But it doesn't include bonuses.
yes, which
So like
why do they make these things so complicated?
I don't know.
But yeah, so when I say like, if I was talking to Ken's and being like, let me pull up this little thing, where I'm like, oh my god, the Stars have pause. I have to press on it.
Like wait, hold on.
The way this is working is not cooperating with me. Hold on. Okay, so if I was like, okay, the Stars need to whatever, they have to get a free agent, but they only have $9 million in cap space. They only have $9 million to spend on players they want to bring in because the 90 whatever million is already being used on people they have signed currently. So, yes. Are you good?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
But there's also a floor.
Same. Yes. So that's what I'm saying. Like the cap hit is again how much money the team is currently spending, and then if you're talking about individual players, the AAV, the average annual value,
Mm-hmm.
or is it annual average?
I think it's
Annual
average
value.
annual.
Is how
Which I
much they
don't
get
know.
paid.
I don't know why it's called an average annual value. It's not like they get paid a different amount each year.
No, no, unless they have like no. You're right. I don't know why they would say that.
Yeah, like I don't know why it's
It's because you're
posed that way.
dividing like the number, and then you have to divide it by the years. Like
I
I
know,
guess
but
that's
that's
why
not
it's
an
an average.
average.
That's an average. I don't know. Again, I don't make the rules up.
Like I guess technically because all of them are the same number that it is also the
It is
average, but
technically,
like
yeah.
it
Oh, good
just
point. It's just what they
it's
get
one of
paid
those math
annually every
things where I'm
year,
like,
every
ugh.
season. The
Their
cap hit
AAV
for
is
a
like their
certain player.
salary. Like I
Yes.
guess
So
especially.
like when I build stuff at work and then like how much does player get paid, like I do the by year, but it's also what a cap hit is for the player. Like that's how much the player is being paid. And then if you want to get into it, you can find out how much of the percentage of the team's cap the player takes up, which I find very interesting. Because usually like with the higher the contract, like the less money there is obviously to spend on other players. So you would take up more of the team's cap, which allows your team to not do as many things as they should probably be able to. Um, but yes, and as you'll also hear 5 million times over the next like 5 seasons, the cap is going up because it, which means the NHL is making money. That's literally essentially all it is.
Yeah.
That they're making money, and that means they are giving the teams more money to work with, and that also means players, especially like in the contract extensions that are coming up or free agents, they will be just getting paid more money because there is more money available.
Yeah.
As simple as that. So for the 2026-27 season, that's actually, is that horrifying to anybody else? That's the season we're going into because I actually kind of hate it.
Hmm.
But the ceiling,
Completely.
the max that a team can spend on their entire roster is $104 million. Now, if you're listening to this and you are coming from like football, that's probably what one player gets paid. That's what the entire team in like an entirety has to get paid for 1 year. Um,
Yeah.
but again,
No,
you
the
can
NHL is the least
they're
watched sport
making a lot
in
of money.
America and also like the smallest contracts by
Yes.
like a lot.
Million. Yeah. Like we're overreacting about Kaprizov getting paid as much and they're like, what? That's nothing.
Like they're like
That's like that
$17
today.
million is like nothing.
Oh,
What are
that's
you
what I'm
talking
saying.
about?
Yeah. So they can't exceed the 104 million. Again, we'll get to the injuries side of things and whatever that might be. And then the floor this year will be 76.9 million, which means teams have to have like they have to meet that before the regular season starts, and they can obviously like exceed it or like get build onto it throughout the regular season. But they have to be at least at the floor before it starts. So I think like right now we have 3 or 4 teams underneath it, and that means they just have a lot of money. We have five teams that are underneath. Sorry, 6 teams underneath the floor. So
Sorry, real quick.
go for it.
The average annual player salary from
You mixed it
2020
up. In what? Hockey or just in
in all
general?
the sports,
Oh
NBA
God.
was 8.32, MLB was 403,
Is it
NFL
average?
was 326,
Hockey's gonna be
and
like 8.
the NHL is
Is 8 too high?
269.
I was thinking 8 was too. Oh my God.
But so that's also the
It's
average.
not.
Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It balances out like what your median players are gonna be getting.
yeah.
That's crazy.
But it's also crazy that
Ooh.
there are certain players that make like in the hundreds.
Yes.
So,
That's what I'm saying. Like sometimes like my brother will be like this person and I'm like, that's like one whole team in the NHL. That player's getting paid what one whole team has to spend in the NHL. Um, but yes, anyway, as of that, cap hit, cap space, it's just basically how much money the team has to spend and how they choose to spend it. Pretty much. But like don't be surprised, and I know everybody's like you'll see it a lot too. I think afraid to see people tend to like overpay for players, and that also happens at trade deadline. But like the 8, 9 million, like $10 million used to be like a lot for a player, and now it's like the average
yeah.
for a star player or like a top 6 forward, whatever. Um, it's been exceeded. It will continue to be exceeded. Um, but like in my head all the time, I'm like, I see an 8 million, and I'm like, oh my god, it's so much money. And then I'm like, we've got players making like 14 million, $17 million now, and that's normal. But yeah, it's going up. So then when a contract is signed, whether good or bad, people always be like, we have the money, we have the money. Because it is going up
Yeah.
slowly but surely. That's what's happening. But
So when a player is not a free agent, so they have rights attached to a team, They
They
basically
have a
just,
contract. It's a new
yeah,
job.
they basically don't have to worry about free agency unless
Yes.
they get traded
Yes.
or like
Also,
bought out. But
I was gonna say if you're new entirely to this, also it's kind of like an outlier in the NHL that isn't really a thing as prominently in the other leagues, but um, a lot of players have what we call a full no move clause, which means they have complete say over whether they leave or not. Like the team can't do anything with them unless the player approves it. And there are also full no trades, modified no trades, where like full no trade, again, the player can't be traded anywhere unless they okay it. Modified no trades are a list of basically a player will submit a list of whatever amount of teams that they don't want to be traded to, and they can be traded to the ones that are not on that list.
yeah.
But there's a lot of like protection involved, so like they can't just like I'm trying to think like the Oilers can't just be like, okay, Connor McDavid, we're trading you to
The St. Louis Blues.
Vancouver. Like they can't because he had so
Yeah.
despite the fact that like you could be traded, a lot of the star players or your big names um typically have the full no moves, so they really have the control over where they go. Um
Well, and the
in
other
that
thing
case.
that we're seeing recently, and opinions be damned right now, um, we're seeing a lot of players
Yeah, they use
specifically
it.
using their no move clause to say, I will go to Minnesota, Florida, or Vegas.
Yeah, like they have the I don't want to say I guess leverage is the right word, but like they because they have the no move and they have the okay, like they have the last say in where they want to go. They are very much like this is what I want and that's the only
Well,
thing I'll take and it has to be one of those options.
they do and they don't
Without that,
because they can say all they want that they're only going to go to those teams.
yeah.
Um, and if they don't get traded to said team, their team has the option to just fucking sit them.
Also, hate to say this, but wonderful New York Rangers have found loopholes around said clauses. So
Yeah, like so
there are
there's
ways to avoid or like deal with it that is not typically the way you should be dealing with it, but
well there's the way that I see it, there's like two
there's loopholes.
options. Well, there's three options. You have a no move clause
Yes.
and your team goes, okay, and they get an offer that they like from a team that you approve and
And
you
you say
go.
bye and you go. That's like
Um,
ideal situation.
the
It's how you
second
want it.
option is your GM threatens you basically and says either you go to a team that we approve of or you don't play again here and you can waste away the rest of your career and because you won't play, no one's going to want to trade for you
Yeah.
anyway. So, bye.
So you're basically forced to say yes at
And
that rate.
if you say no, that's what happens. And if you say yes, then they trade you to a team you probably don't want to go to.
Yeah.
So those are like the three no movement options.
Again, ideally you'd want the first one where everybody complies.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it's but again, typically if you are signed or have a contract, and again, I want to say like stable, but you prove to be necessary to your team,
Yeah.
you pretty much do not move on this day for like in free agency unless like you
Yeah.
willingly want to. Again, by saying like I want out,
And
throw me
then
somewhere else.
just we can get into it at a later date about like why certain players might want to go to certain teams. But like we are very
Yes.
much noticing a
I have,
trend
I have
of
an argument for you on your tax argument that is proving correct in your favor
okay,
about a recent move.
we're
But
looking so yeah, we're definitely looking at tax benefits. And then we're also very much looking at recently like political affiliations. Like you're seeing a lot of people who were on Team USA now only wanting
yeah,
to go to certain
also
teams.
the location of where said team is as in outside of the United States versus in the United States
Yeah.
has become like a topic of discussion
I think it's like
within
a
the last like 6 months. mind you.
I think it's an interesting conversation that has a basis in fact, but also has no basis in fact at the same time.
Yeah, it's like correlated, but not actually backed up, if that
Do
makes sense.
I think we will see evidence come out supporting these theories in a few years? Probably. But like
I'll
right
eat it up.
now, we can't know for sure. I'm putting up
Yeah.
air quotes because you can't see me, but that's like,
Quote, yeah.
yeah. And
Um,
then, sorry, the other
no
thing,
good.
um, is that on July 1st, there's other people who can also sign contracts. That's people who are entering their last year of their contract.
The
The
extension.
extensions.
This is
So
actually my favorite part of free agency.
amazing.
It's
Take it
the
over then.
extensions. Okay. Again, this is for only players who are entering the last year of their contract. So if you were to look up their contract status, they would become like a free agent at the end of this season would be the 26-27. So the way it's written, I guess, in the CBA is that when you enter the last year of your contract on July 1st going into that season, you are eligible to sign a contract extension. Um, Prefacing this that you do not have to like players that are eligible to sign said extension do not have to sign it on July 1st. They have again pretty much the whole year to sign it. I don't think McDavid signed his until like September last year. But also it's kind of depending on who you are and depending on how it's handled. Um, a lot of times if you don't sign the extension when you're able to, most people think you are going to leave. Because if you didn't sign the extension then, like what's wrong with it?
Because
Or the
we've been
team is
burned before.
yeah, or the team again, you don't want to have somebody walk for nothing, so they're probably going to trade you or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
Um, so again, that usually teams have the extensions like offered and in place by July 1st or are offering it around by that time. Um, and so like the players have time to sign it, but and obviously wouldn't go into effect until the following season. Um, but all of those players who are going into that last year of their current deal
Yeah.
are able to sign it on July 1st if they
In
choose to.
in my humble
Unless
opinion,
yes.
if
I
your
don't know
favorite
what you're
player
saying.
is in the last year of your last year of their contract
Okay. Where are you going with this?
and they don't sign
Okay.
by September, I
Gone?
understand a little bit of worry. If they're not signed by December, just go buy a New Jersey.
Yeah.
Like,
Let me point you to Quinn Hughes last season.
yeah.
We knew that was happening probably in like September, August, I would say.
Like I
When it
think
was like,
I think with him there was definitely like a feeling. I know that it's different like when there's like a captain, although that apparently means jack shit at this point.
yeah, I think
So,
again that usually and now I think this too this year is going to be so fun. This is why I'm like geeking out about it. I'm like because so the way now our situation with the cap is that you have players that will like reset the market, if that makes any sense. Like
mhm.
Kirill Kaprizov last year signed his extension. This upcoming season he'll be the highest paid player in the league with getting paid $17 million. He kind of reset the market because that's Leon was the highest paid. Sorry, Draisaitl. I'm like Leon. Um, this year
It's fucking
I'm like first name basis guys.
well, no, I got the Kings of Leon song came
Oh,
into my head, like the this sex is on
oh yeah,
fire.
iconic. Um, but this year at again around free agency or whoever whenever they decided to do it,
Hmm.
both Quinn because he had was still is still in the last year of his contract or
Hughes.
going into it. Yeah, Quinn Hughes. Is there another Quinn in the? It's like a Jack Quinn. You're talking about last name anyway.
I'm just
Um,
making sure everyone knows
I
what
know
we're talking
Quinn
about.
Hughes and Cale Makar are both
Yes.
up for contract extensions, and now it comes down to the thing where it's like who signs first because whoever signs first has to set the market. And then if one of them says,
Yeah.
I'm better than you, I deserve more money, said team has to make up for that. Um, so that's where it gets really interesting in terms of like like players will wait it out until somebody like caves and does it
Yeah.
just to kind of be like, okay, this guy signed for that. I want more than this or whatever. That's also if we're smart, and in my humble opinion, I feel like people should do this more. Take if you are on a contending team that can win a cup in the next 5 years, we say it all the time, and you'll hear it all the time in sports in general, the team friendly deal,
Mm-hmm.
where you take not significantly less, but you take less than you probably should be paid. So again, your team has extra money to spend on players to round out the roster, so you have a better chance at making a run and or winning the cup.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it depends on, I guess, who you are and also what you're willing to settle for. Um, and that's also kind of a weird thing now because we don't really know what a team friendly deal is when the cap is funky and players are getting paid what. But I'm just excited to see how it all
I
pans.
would
I just
say
love when they like argue about like I deserve more than this guy and they wait forever to figure out how it works out. So it's just
I
one of
think a
those
team
things.
friendly deal at this point is probably like 12 or
Like
under.
that's what I'm saying. Like 11, 10 is probably like severely like under, which is
And
wild. I used to think that was so much money.
but I
It's
also
insane.
I say that that's team friendly looking at like how the cap is progressing and also looking
Yeah.
at the players who will be signing these contracts. Like obviously there are
Yes.
players at 12 million like who are great at hockey.
Yeah.
Like McDavid's 12.5, Marner's 12, Rantanen's 12, Kyle Connor's
Yeah, like
12.
12 is like the average. Again, the 12 used to be like outrageous.
Yeah.
And now it's like, oh, you get paid 12? Okay, cool.
I also am
Cool.
super like obviously like if Crosby is signing an 8.7.
Yes, famously.
Heischer I think will probably take like a middle of the road towards a higher option.
Say it
But
again? My
Nico
brain was not
Heischer,
computing that. Oh, okay, okay, okay,
I
okay.
think he'll take
I think it
somewhere around
I
like
was
the
like
middle, but
11.
on the higher. Yeah, I was thinking
Yeah,
maybe like
like
12
11,
to
12.
14.
Yeah. And that's like
Kucherov,
normal.
Kucherov I feel like might throw a fit. I'm not sure.
Kucherov, first off, I didn't know he was going to be like going into his last year. He only gets paid like $9 million,
Yeah.
which is so crazy to me. I'm like, oh, we're talking about like McDavid and Nate get paid like literally like point like a zero decimal point across from each other. And then
Yeah.
Kucherov's just down there getting paid like $9 million because his deals were forever. And I'm like, oh my God, okay. Okay.
That's why
Yeah,
like
I
I'm
feel like
wondering how much
he
of a raise
would,
he's gonna want.
yeah.
Because also like realistically, what is he gonna sign? Like a 3-year contract?
How old is he?
Yeah.
Pause. He's like 30
In
something.
in my head, he's old.
Please give me the guess because now I'm gonna hold on.
32.
You might be spot on. He is, please hold. 30, he just turned 33.
Okay, you know what? That's
So
close enough.
that's what I'm saying. You were pretty spot on. So yeah, like realistically, maybe 4
Yeah.
ish.
The one that I'm most excited about, and I'm sure that you like, I know that we're excited about like the Kale and Quinn off, but I wonder.
Galen Quinn. Someone make a graphic. I want like a really badly made graphic of the Galen Quinn off.
Yeah, them in a face off because they would never do
Yeah.
that against each other, so it'd be funny. Um,
That's how they just should decide who gets paid more. Whoever
yeah.
can win the face off gets the extra $1 million.
Like best of 3 out of
Somebody
face
listen to
offs.
me.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that'd be so good. Okay, anyway, what were you saying?
I'm really excited for Celebrini.
Yeah. This is where we were talking about Bedard before. Again, usually when the rookies are entering their final year. So I think it's absolutely insane, first off, that Bedard has been playing for 3 years
I don't
and
want to
Celebrini
talk
is going
about
into his third year.
it. It's freaking me
That's
out.
crazy to me. So anyway, yeah, so Celebrini will be going into his third year of his entry level, which means he should be eligible to sign his extension um in July, which
Yeah.
usually means it's a crazy jump because the entry levels are only like 8 to 900,000
Yeah.
for your first 3 seasons. Um, but again, usually for somebody like of
Where
his caliber, you would sign. I feel like you would sign that early.
where would you put him?
Oh my God, how much money?
Yeah.
See, this is why I'm really bad at this because I like don't know. Like in my head, I'm like, I feel like I don't know. I want to
Okay.
say like, go for it. They have money. The Sharks have lots of money.
So
Please keep this in mind.
I'm just going point by point real quick.
Okay,
Kaprizov is the highest paid forward at 17 million, also highest paid overall.
the winger, yeah.
highest
Everybody
paid
else is center.
defenseman is Eric Carlson at 11.5.
Yeah, because he's funny.
And then the highest paid goaltender is Igor Shesterkin at 11.5 as well.
Yeah.
The Sharks
They're so far
have
under.
so much room.
Do you know how much cap space they have?
Sure.
It's a lot. It's like, I think $60,000. Hold on. 60,000, 60 million. Hold on.
It
Sorry,
looks
they
like
have
they have
$46.27 million dollars. They are 20 million under the floor right now. So they are like out of all the teams, they have
how
spent
many
the less money as of
contracted
right now.
players do they have?
As of like today,
Yeah.
as of right now, they have 10 forwards
Okay.
and 4 defenders and 2 goalies. So 16.
4 defenders including Carlson or no?
No, Carlson's in the retention spot, so that's like
Oh, I just wanted
extra
to make
money they're
sure.
just eating, yeah. And Hurdle, they're still paying Hurdle too. But like active, they have 2 goalies, 4 defenders, 3 of them that are rookies technically are getting paid not a lot of money. And like their longest signed player right now is Kiefer Sherwood, and everybody else is expired in the next 2 years. So like
Okay, Celebrini has 178 points in 152 games, but he's at a
yeah,
negative 23 plus minus
yeah, the Sharks need
rating.
some defense. Get out there, everybody, if you can play defense. Come save them. It's also really hard because like I've had this thought too of being like, oh, what did Sid get paid? But I'm so sorry. The money you get that he got paid in like 2007 was not like it was 8.7, but it was absolutely like I don't know the inflation rate. Should I check the inflation rate? Like what the jump is? Do you know what I mean? Because I don't feel like it's comparable. Although I feel like it would be comparable, but probably not. Are you actually looking it up? Pause. My foot fell asleep. Everybody, I'm in pain actually right now.
In 2007?
Yeah, hold on, wait. I'm making sure it was 2007.
No, it wouldn't be
Really?
2007.
No, 3 years.
From when he got
No,
drafted?
wait. No, I'm saying contract wise.
Yeah, but he wouldn't have been able to sign
No, 3.
88.7 his first year.
Pause. I'm looking.
Let's say 2010.
Do, 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 do. No, his third year. It went from 850 to 8.7. So after his entry level. And he's
In what
making
year?
2008, 2009. After. He's
That
getting
would be
paid the same
worth
amount.
that would be worth 13.5 today,
Okay, I was gonna so okay, so I
but
was gonna say
also with significantly less cap space.
now. See, but I would have said like
Well, no, the
celebrating
cap was lower in
well
2000.
then, yeah.
If I'm Celebrini's
Can
agent,
I?
I'm trying to get him 15.
I was gonna say like lowballing, I would say like 13, 14, but I feel like he'll probably get 15.
Yeah.
There's no way and if he gets less, like if he
Well,
gets
no,
anything
because
less than 13, I think it's a like highway robbery.
like
There's
he's
no
being
way.
primed to be captain of the Sharks. He was
Yes.
captain of the World's team. He's being primed to be captain of the Olympic team once McDavid leaves, probably. Um,
Imagine they just skip McDavid.
I wouldn't be
They
shocked,
say,
honestly.
thanks so much, Sid. Here you go, Celebrini. you
I
you
wouldn't
get
be
to see
shocked,
next.
honestly.
I know, but it'd just be so funny. Like that Connor of all people who has had like all the
No,
individual success, and they're
yeah.
just be like, "Here you go, the child. You get to
No,
see."
I firmly think Celebrini should be around 15 mil
I
because
agree.
if you are the Sharks GM, you want to keep that man for as long as possible.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then do you want to like quickly go over people that we should be keeping an eye on next week?
What'd you say?
Do you want to
You
quickly
froze it
go
all.
over like the UFAs and RFAs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, my computer's like bugging out right now.
Okay.
I'm
Do you
investigating in how much cap Sid was eating up in 2008. Now I want to know.
do you
Anyway,
need me to read? Okay.
no, it's okay. I got it. again, some of these rep Alex Tuck because I put him on here. These are as of June 25th at 8:05 p.m. The people who are still available and have not been moved
Yeah.
and or signed. So if you listen to this after that day and somebody is on this list that is not like shouldn't be, don't blame me.
Yeah.
They're moving too fast. I don't know what
We're
they're
giving
doing.
you accurate
Somebody's in the
information for when we can.
air.
We can't predict the future.
Exactly. So some of the most notable, obviously, I like feel like I shouldn't, whatever, but Ovi, technically a UFA, has no contract. He's debating on what his future looks like. So whether or not he comes back or not, that's there. Again, Alex Tuck, he is off the list because he is now ironically a Capital. Anders Lee with the Islanders, Patrick Kane, Red Wings, Matt Zuccarello, Minnesota are your forwards up there. John Carlson, Rasmus Anderson, Jacob Trouba, some of the notable D. There's actually really, we also went over that today, is that there's actually really good class of defensemen this year, even though it
Yeah.
doesn't seem like it. And then goalies, as Ken's mentioned earlier, Bob is up. And Florida has no goalie, so they have not re-signed him yet. And then Freddie Anderson in Carolina is also a free agent. So we shall see how that goes. And then Vitek Vanacek also in Utah, which probably I imagine he'll stay in Utah, but what do I know? And then there's a very, very long list of RFAs. So sorry if I don't touch on all of these guys, but obviously we talked about Bedard. Jason Robertson is also an RFA. Cutter Gauthier and Leo Carlson over at Anaheim, both RFAs. Zegras and Trevor Zegras. I feel like I should be saying their whole name. Jamie Drysdale also RFAs in Philly. Pavel Dorofeyev for Vegas RFA. Adam Fantilli. I put Nemec on here. He is no longer a Devil, but he is still an RFA in Calgary. Shilovs, as I just said, in Pittsburgh, and Jack Greaves in Columbus are also your RFAs for goaltenders. So I think there's more RFAs this year, I feel like, than usual.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, it's very, we'll see how it goes. But again, if anything happens to any of them in that time.
Yeah,
And that's like, those are, I just picked like the biggest names. Obviously, there's
more.
plenty of people and like contract extension too. There's so many of them that are eligible to do it. You probably only will hear people talk about the bigger names because those are the ones that come to the forefront most often. But
Yeah.
it will be very busy
Yeah.
in the re-signing and trading and where people go. But we shall see. It's exciting but stressful. Very.
Yeah.
My first one, I hated it. When I actually started paying attention, I was like, okay, never mind. This is not fun.
So that is our Hatchick University episode on free agency. If you guys have any questions, there will be an article as well if like reading helps you more than listening. And if not, we just send us a DM. We'll answer as many questions as we can, uh, what we're
Yeah.
able to. And if not, we can try to give you resources.
Yay.
It really like it is complicated, but as far as like a UFA goes, it's not that bad. It's
Yeah.
really just like where the RFAs get involved. But still, if you have questions, shoot us a message. We'll answer, we'll help out. And then we'll talk about the draft a little bit and we'll see you guys soon.
Yay. Thanks for listening.
Bye.